Hi everyone, welcome back to Science with Kanush. Today we are diving into a fascinating topic from the Igcse biology syllabus: how substances move into and out of cells. We'll be covering three important processes: diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about diffusion. What is it? Simply put, diffusion is the net movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. It's just like when you spray perfume in a room, it spreads out from where it's concentrated to fill the space. The energy for this process comes from the kinetic energy of the particles. Now, diffusion is crucial in living organisms. For example, oxygen enters our cells and carbon dioxide leaves our cells by diffusion. Pretty amazing, right? So, now what affects the rate of diffusion? So, there are four key factors: surface area, temperature, concentration gradient, and distance. Larger surface area, faster diffusion. Temperature, the higher the temperature, it makes particles move faster. So, hence, it increases the rate of diffusion. Concentration gradient, the steeper the gradient, the faster the diffusion. And shorter distances do speed things up, right? So let's move on to osmosis. This is a type of diffusion, but it's all about water. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules across a partially permeable membrane from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential. So, for example, in higher water potential, we have pure water, and for lower water potential, we have a concentrated sugar solution. Osmosis plays a key role in living organisms. In plants, it helps water move into root cells, and in humans, it helps regulate water balance in our cells. So, effect on plant tissues when they are immersed in different solutions. So, when a tissue is immersed in a hypertonic solution, the water leaves the cells, making the cell plasmolized. And when it is immersed in hypotonic solution, the water enters the cell, making the cell turgid. Now, in the extended students, they just have this one statement extra, that it is through a partially permeable membrane. The rest of the definition is the same for both. Effect on plant cells. So we did learn the effect on plant tissues for core. Now it's for extended as well, where we have three cells: turgid, flaccid, and plasmolysed cell. So turgid cell, when water enters, cells swell. The plant cells swell but are prevented from bursting by the cell wall. That's not the case in animal cell. They undergo lysis when they swell. That's because they don't have a cell wall which will prevent them from bursting. And this happens in a hypotonic solution, as I have told earlier. Flaccid, when water leaves, cells lose their firmness and they become sort of like floppy. So that happens in an isotonic solution. Plasmolysis. Extreme water loss causes the cytoplasm to shrink away from the cell wall. That's called plasmolysis, and this happens in a hypertonic solution. So, let me give you a quick experiment example. So, a potato in pure water, it becomes firm because water enters the cells, making them turgid. But in a sugar solution, it shrinks as water leaves the cells. This process is crucial for plants to stay upright thanks to the turgor pressure inside their cells. Finally, let's talk about active transport. So, unlike diffusion and osmosis, this process needs energy, and it gets its energy from respiration. So, active transport moves particles from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration against the concentration gradient. Active transport is vital for processes like ion uptake by root hair cells in plants or glucose absorption in the intestines. And how does it happen? Through protein carriers in the cell membrane. These carriers use energy from respiration to move molecules where they are needed. So let's have a quick recap. Diffusion is passive and moves particles down a concentration gradient, that is from high concentration gradient to a low concentration gradient. Osmosis is also passive but focuses on water movement. Active transport requires energy to move particles against a gradient. So these processes are fundamental to life and helps cells maintain balance and function properly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Science with Kanush. Drop your questions in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring the wonders of science.